Yo, what's up everyone? It's Paulie and we're live on Instagram. So it has been a while since I've, done my vlog, my live updates or whatever you like to call them. And I guess the best reason to explain my absence has been just a heavy workload. I've been very fortunate in that we're at a time in the world where there's a lot of people out of work, and the fact that I've been able to not only continue to work but actually get more work and grow and expand has been, I think, in part or all due to the amazing people that I work with. The Perth creative community, when we founded it, it was a place in which we were hoping to meet other like-minded creatives and learn from them and collaborate. And we had a milestone earlier in the year, reaching 100 members. And some of the collaborations that are now starting to come out of that community are just phenomenal, not just in production value and creativity and how unique they are, but also in just how much fun I'm having. All the sets and all the productions are positive, happy, fun people, so that does help, but it really doesn't seem like work sometimes. Time just flies past, and it's all because of these amazing people. I'm not sure if it's because we have so many other positive people in the group that it just draws them in, but whatever it is, it's just attracting them, and I couldn't be more grateful. So I'll probably start off with some of the recent work that I've done. Everything's finished up with Coach Glossop, I believe, for the moment. I'm not sure, but hopefully he'll have me back. And following that, I'm working with Coach BC, Brian Carwell. So we're working on a podcast or a sort of short film story where he interviews people, and the title of the show is called Where to Next. Fascinating podcast. He's great. He's great on camera. Great at getting questions and building a rapport with the guests. So that's exciting. And of course, I'm collaborating with Tiana Rose Photography on that. So that's fun. Also, I've been fortunate enough through Ian Young to shoot for Aussie Hoops as his offsider, and I've learned a lot during that process. I was also fortunate enough to have Frank Johnson give me some opportunities with Be the Student Basketball. So that's also been amazing, meeting NCAA basketball players and SBL state and international basketball players. It's amazing. Of course, a big shout out to Matt Dwyer, who runs the phenomenal Her Hoops training program, especially catering for women and young girls, and giving them the skills and techniques and the mindset to help elevate them to the next level and take them on to not just wobble teams, but SBL and beyond. And she has some amazing talent and experience herself, playing overseas and here in Australia, but she also has an amazing team which is behind her, and you're starting to notice a theme. It's team. Continuing on for that, we've had a number of shoots with Full Court Fitness, had its opening of its newest venue, so it now runs a couple of times a week. It runs south of the river at Coburn with Simon Peterson. So that's exciting to see that grow and have that partnership continue to evolve. Adam also had, a huge event called Under the Courtside Culture banner. And it was a fantastic tournament for just social players of any skill level and any fitness level, and it was a great evening. We've just finished editing that, and that should hopefully be up soon. So shout out to Adam, and I'll actually come back to all these people in a second. Next from that would be House of Hoops and of course Charles Cavido. So thank you, Charles, for all the amazing work, whether it be filming live runs, whether it be filming interviews. We were fortunate enough to interview elite athlete Damon Moore and hopefully give him some exposure and attention, because he's a very talented player. And as other athletes know here in WA, it's hard getting that attention overseas, and often it may just require an interview or a training video to help get eyes on the player, or allow the player to show coaches what they can provide their teams and so forth in their clubs. So that's been a unique experience as well because, as you know, I love working with athletes. They're already positive, inspirational people. So working with Damon was amazing. I've watched him play for probably about 2 years now. And to see him go from Mandurah to the Southwest Slammers to play in the AUBA and all these other tournaments, he's a phenomenal player, yeah. So that's been amazing. Now, moving on, other work has included, oh gosh, there's been so much. I know I'm missing a couple of jobs here, but I guess the main thing I'm moving on to is balls. So you may have seen some stories, you may have seen a post or two in House of Hoops training, and Balls is a 12-episode radio show which we've been able to secure, and it's a conversation with people in the WA basketball community. Now, last week we had our first episode, and interesting story about that. So we're all scheduled to book in at the radio station, DRN1, for Saturday. Unfortunately, some of the guests couldn't make it, so we were going to film 2 episodes back to back, pre-record them, and then let the station manager edit them and put music and buffer it up. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, some of the guests couldn't make it, so we could only cram it sort of into one show. And then, unfortunately, the station manager, Paul Russell, he fell ill on Thursday. So that sort of was, I don't know, for most people that would probably stop them because, I mean, you've invited the guests, you've organised your photographer, your audio engineer, your host, you've prepared everything, and then to find out that your very first show, the station manager, which is no fault of his or ours or anything, it's just something that happens, what would you do? Well, because I've got such an amazing team and the guests were so kind and caring and willing to give their time, we decided to have the first episode here in the new studio. And that was, of course, huge because the new studio wasn't ready. It was terrible. The audio equipment, I hadn't purchased all the audio equipment. Some of it still hasn't arrived via post. The lighting, the background, pretty much everything that could go wrong went wrong. We couldn't get the computer connected to the mixer. 2 of the mics were having issues. So, pretty much everything was telling us not to do the podcast and the radio show, but we did it. And I couldn't have done it without the cast. That's Charles. I couldn't have done it without the crew. That's John and Bryce. I couldn't have done it without my magician of an audio engineer. That's Daniel Mini Smee Monahan. And of course the guests. I mean, they took a big risk coming because it's their brand, it's their identity, and it just could have gone wrong for them. And I'm so grateful that not only they, but everyone else was able to overcome all these things that had gone wrong, and we still had an amazing time. We got an awesome episode. We're recording our second one in the studio this weekend, so that's very exciting. And I think the lesson that I learned from that was that planning and redundancy. So you always want to plan for the worst and hope for the best. So while I didn't want, and you've got to be careful not to manifest things, of course, but my intention was, of course, to record at the station. Now, I try to always have a backup. So the backup was, okay, if I can't have a microphone and stuff at the station, does anyone have one? No one has a mixer, so we have to go get a mixer. We have to go get microphones and all these other bits and pieces. So we scrambled together in about 3 days to get everything we needed, which was hard because, as you know, shipping and ordering stuff at the moment is pretty delayed due to the shipping and the corona issues. So we're able to scramble it together. Everything sort of came together, and as a result, we got that first episode of Balls out. Why Balls? Because balls is short. It can apply to all sports. I thought it'd be funny and unique. We ran it past a couple of people, and it's catchy. But if you do have a suggestion, pop it below. So thank you to everyone that helped with Balls. Now on that, I want to touch base with Mini Smee, the audio engineer. So we'll be hopefully providing turnkey podcasting solutions. So if you're interested in starting a podcast and say You've got 5 episodes. You can come, sit down, record your episodes, have them all mastered while you wait. You may want a video package as well, or a photographer. We've got those options available. We've also got the photography studio, which will be having Bryce, phenomenal photographer, who he's been, I guess, a close friend for over 20 years now. So to have him with his brand new, he's been photographing for 3-4 years now, and he's always been talented as a creator, but to have him now with like a 90D, oh my gosh, the quality of that image is it's extraordinary. It's really some high quality images. And so he'll be offering portfolio, portrait and modeling shoots in the studio, photography studio here where I am now. So that'll all be hopefully coming in the next week or two. So if you're a Perth creator or creative, or if you're an athlete and you'd like to get some media done, photos, let us know. You can come past the studio and we'll see which creative can help you out. So thank you all again for following. Now, there is one thing I do want to mention, but I'm scared to mention it because I'm still expecting it to be a dream. And that is the opportunity to work with Dan Greta and Coach Adam Ford. So you may have seen that, I had an opportunity. Where's Aston Kutcher? He's not going to run out and jump punk though. Where is he? No, he's not there. No, cool. Okay. No, he's not there. All right. One second, let me have a look. No, he's not there. Okay. So I was asked to do a training package, a video, highlight video, and an interview with Dan Greta from the Illawarra Hawks. And he was, he had pulled his ACL earlier in the year, poor guy, while just as COVID had come in and quarantine had to come in and the season had finished. He'd also just become a free agent, meaning the club's contract with him had sort of finished. So this was sort of a media package that was hoping to entice the club into re-signing him if they already hadn't. This is way out of my pay grade. I don't know exactly. All I know what I was asked, and I did the interview. I had a great time. I'm still in shock that I got to speak to a boomer, an Aussie boomer, from the FIBA World Cup there. And Coach Adam Ford, he's Sydney Kings. He's now with the New Zealand NBL. So congratulations to that, Coach Ford. But that's... I still don't believe it. It's a dream come true. It's the highlight of my career to date and for a long time to come. I know that. So lots has been happening. It's been a while since I've updated you guys, but thank you all for following. Thanks for coming on the journey with us. I hope you're all safe. I hope you all stay well. Have a fantastic week. Peace out. Chat soon.